Nestled in the mystic Jamaica Blue Mountains is the world's finest coffee, the word of connoisseurs remaining over the years unchallenged. And in these lofty mountains lies Mavis Bank, small rural town in the parish of St. Andrew, home of the revered Mavis Bank Coffee Factory, processing for over 90 years signature green beans of unmatched world standard. The production of this premium coffee is about our rich heritage, black gold. The origin of Blue Mountain coffee dates back to 1728, when a few of the treasured Arabica coffee seedlings were brought from Hispaniola by the British governor in Jamaica. Since then, for those growing coffee in the Blue Mountains, it has become clear that the coffee berry grown in this region is simply like no other. The Blue Mountain region is located between Kingston, the capital, to the south, and Port Antonio to the north, rising to some 7,500 feet, 2,300 meters. The berry, grown at elevations between 3,000 and 5,500 feet, 1,700 meters, largely on the slopes of these mountains, which are among the highest in the Caribbean, is of special standard. Climate that's cool and misty, with high rainfall. It's a berry shielded by cloud cover from the burning sun, bejeweled plant from nitrogen and phosphorus-rich soil with excellent drainage. Berry ripened by the rays of ample sunlight, taking longer than others to mature. It's berry processed by Mavis Bank Coffee Factory. Coffee that's the preferred cup. Sophisticated, smooth, full body, mild acidity, with a sweet and creamy aftertaste that keeps hugging your taste buds unlike any other. The Mavis Bank Coffee Factory Limited, MBCF, now acquired by the Jamaica Producers Group and the Pan-Jamaica Investment Fund, remains Jamaica's largest and only fully integrated Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee Factory, maintaining pulpery and dry mill jointly. Vision, mission are still assiduously pursued.
We are driven very, very much so by the need to have quality underpin whatever we do in the processes that are involved at Mavis Bank.
Processing approximately 1.4 million pounds of green beans from some 6,000 farmers per year, close to 1 million pounds in the green bean form is exported in barrels and bags under the MBCF mark, with the remainder roasted under our Jablum brand. The processing system and standards religiously adhered to simply set the Mavis Bank Coffee Factory apart. Coffee is first collected from farmers engaged by the company only after it is cherry ripe. Hand-picked and floated in water on each farm for the floated berries to be skimmed and thrown away. They are then taken to the company's collection stations, over 80 in respective parishes. The berries are again floated in floating tanks at these stations to ensure only pre-floated coffee is received into the factory. This first step, this first critical control point, establishes sound practices throughout and is indeed an essential stage in the company's efforts to attain HACCP certification. There is investment in these farmers through technical services, with some farmers also working at the factory. The company will also be adopting Rainforest Alliance certification for the farmers, and there is investment in a waste treatment plant to ensure coffee is processed in an environmentally friendly way. The commitment is clear. All parties are stakeholders. One team, one family.
Most of the staff has been here for about 18 to 30 years, and most of them are selected from the Mavis Bank community. So these persons are tight-knitted, and we have been working together as a team.
I hope to continue with them because I started with them and I hope to finish with them.
Collection from the depots starts in the late afternoon after farmers have all brought in their produce. The coffee is then pulped and washed thoroughly to remove mucilage, a sugary substance on the bean which would result in a fruity flavor and over-fermentation. After washing, What we have is a creamy brown-looking bean known as the wet parchment. Wet parchment is then placed on large concrete slabs called barbecues for drying from continuous sunlight, a process taking as much as 5 days. Mechanical dryers are also used during peak period and the rainy season. Now the bean is dry and ready for storing. It's again assessed. The good separated from the bad, and the dry parchment is bagged and taken to the warehouses for resting, or curing as it was called. Beans are rested for at least 10 weeks, and certain characteristics are developed at this stage, from evenness of the sizes to the development of the aroma and body. After yet another quality inspection and rest, the coffee is now ready for hulling, a process that removes the husk from the bean, and out comes the world-famous green bean, which is polished to remove the silver skin after the hulled bean. The signature green bean is now ready for sorting. The product is then handed to several hundred ladies, most head of their own households, who have been with the company for years. Meticulously, they hand-pick the beans to defect levels close to 0%.
On sorting coffee, I'm removing the bad beans from the good ones. It's something I enjoy doing. That's a part of the reason why I really enjoy working here.
Berries, now beans unlike any other. A world standard guaranteed with yet another critical point of operation. They are packed in our signature barrels of 15, 30 and 70 kilograms and shipped all over the world, primarily to Japan, the USA, the UK and to Korea and China. As highlighted, close to 1 million pounds is exported in these barrels under the MBCF mark, with the remainder roasted under our Jablum brand. Roasting is done in small batches, with every batch being cup tested before and after roasting.
This is a lovely coffee. Balanced, floral, chocolatey, sweet, smooth, full-bodied. It's the best coffee in the world. And then we sing, "Make coffee."
The Mavis Bank Coffee Factory, the site in the Blue Mountains for black gold, unmatched world standard and acclaim.